Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Mana Cave. My name is Ed.
My name's Travis.
And we are finally doing the Battle of the Champions.
Season 1, Season 2?
Yes, Season 1 of the Planeswalker Deck Showdown was won by Nicol Bolas, who I will be playing.
And Season 1 was lost by Chandra. But Season 2, however...
But she came in as a wild card spot for Season 2 out of nowhere. Yeah. Someone who got knocked out of the very first Planeswalker Deck Showdown ever came back to win the second season. Nice little comeback story.
Very dramatic.
So I don't like Nicol Bolas' chances against that.
I recall that deck being like the king of removal.
Yes. Oh yeah, it has a lot of removal in it, and which could be really good with against that deck because that deck is mostly vehicles, smaller creatures that then run those vehicles.
Yeah.
So I've come to hate Veteran Motorist and Built to Last. Those are the sort of like turn 2 Veteran Motorist, and then whenever I have a favorable attacker block, Built to Last ruins my day. So those are the cards I'm going to look out for when it comes to your deck. But I actually forget a lot of the stuff that's in Nicol Bolas' deck.
Open Fire.
Open Fire.
3 mana, instant speed.
Instant speed.
3 mana for 3 damage.
Yeah, 3 mana for Lightning Strike.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So...
still Lightning Strike.
You didn't have to mulligan.
I didn't have to mulligan.
I did mulligan. So I'm going to show my opening hand, but I'm also going to get to scry as well, too.
Actually, see who goes first?
Oh, yeah, let's roll to see who goes first. Let's do that. Now, this is a 3-color deck.
Oh, it's going to drive you nuts.
So I'm going to grab purple and orange, because they're not actual colors in Magic.
No.
6.
Six.
Ooh, roll again.
Well, I had the natural 6, so...
8.
6.
That's right.
I was trying for the unnatural 6.
Okay, so now I'm going to show my opening hand. Now, I didn't want to have to risk going down to a 5-card hand. So, knowing what Travis's deck is like, I kept this, which is not great, but I do get to scry. So, bear with me here, folks. This may not be as bad as it may seem. And, yeah, there we go. I'm going to move Nicol Bolas' slide, and I'm going to bow my head to you, sir.
I will pop Chandra over there. He has lots of removal, which scares me. All I'm going to say. And there we go.
Okay. So it's my turn?
Yes, sir. Did you scry?
Did I scry? I did not scry, so let's scry.
Should I look down?
I'm actually, yeah, I'm going to keep this on top, folks. So there we go. So that's going to go on top. Okay, so now I start off.
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to play a Cinder Baron. It's going to enter battlefield tapped. I can tap it for black or red. Pass the turn to you, sir.
Draw a card. Play a mountain. Pass to you.
Okay. Draw the card that I know what it is. I'm going to play an island, and I'm going to pass the turn to you.
Drop planes. Tap a red and a white for the Veteran Motorist. I'm into the battlefield, scry 2.
I hate you so much right now. I have nightmares about that card.
I think I'm going to have to bottom both these, actually.
Good. That leaves you a mystery card, as opposed to stacking your hand.
Okay. No haste, so attack. Or back to you.
End step. I'm going to tap for 1 red. Magma Spray deals 2 damage to target creature. If that creature would die this turn, exile it instead.
I hate you.
Speaking of removal,
yeah.
Draw.
Now I remember that deck.
I'm going to play a swamp. I'm going to tap for 3, and I'm going to bring out Aerial Guide. It's a 2/2 flyer, and whenever it attacks, another target attacking creature gains flying to the end of turn. Travis, you pass the turn to you. I also have all 3 of my colors represented on the board now. So
another land. Tapping 3 for the Renegade Freighter. Mm-hmm. When it attacks, it gets +1/+1 and gains trample to the end of turn. Crew of only 2. Pass back to you.
Pass back to Mawa. Okay. I'm going to move to combat.
Okay.
I'm going to swing him with the Aerial Guide for 2.
Nothing I can do about it. Dropped 18.
I'm going to play another swamp. I'm going to tap 4, and I'm going to cast Visage of Bolas. It's an artifact, and when it enters the battlefield, you may search your library and or graveyard for a card named Nicol Bolas the Deceiver. Reveal it, put it in your hand. If you search your library this way, shuffle it. And I can also tap this to either produce blue, black, or red into my mana pool. So I'm going to do a quick search of the deck. I actually forgot that was his,
because
his tutor card.
Literally helps you get him in his hand. It helps you cast him.
Yep. It's what I think more of the tutor card should have. Something that discounts your ability to then cast your Planeswalker. And they actually did it with Nicol Bolas. And it wasn't too far away from the top, but there it is. So I'm revealing it. I'm going to shuffle up my library because I have searched it now. And it's only fair. Now, Nicol Bolas does cost 8 to cast. I'm currently at 5. So I'm still a ways away from being able to bring him out. But he's got some pretty nice abilities. I will then present my deck to you. Okay. Should I read them out now, or should I wait?
Sure, because I should probably get a refresh myself.
So for 5, a blue, a black, and a red, you get a 5 loyalty Bolas Planeswalker. His +3 is each opponent loses 3 life. Lice? Okay, let's try that again. Loses 3 life unless that player sacrifices a non-land permanent or discards a card. His -3 is destroy target creature, draw a card. His -11 is Nicol Bolas deals 7 damage to each opponent, you draw 7 cards. So that goes into my hand.
Built in.
Yeah.
Removal.
Yeah. Which is pretty much all you can ask for from a Planeswalker. I'll pass the turn now to you. And his tutor card has now, helped me ramp, which is great.
Okay, drop another mountain.
As if it were hot. You dropped it, sir.
Tap for 3. For the Renegade Firebrand. Human Warrior, 3/2. As long as I control a Chandra Planeswalker, he gets +1/+1 as first strike. I don't.
Okay.
I'm going to crew him because I can. To crew my Renegade Freighter and then attack for 5.
Attack for 5. Okay, I'm taking 5. So I'm down to 15.
And that was 3 mana for him. Pass back to you.
Pass back to me. Okay, I'm going to play a Swamp. Okay, well, let's do this. I'm going to force you to have it now because you only have 1 mana up. It's a white, and I have nightmares when it comes to that. So I'm going to tap a red and 2 black, and I'm going to cast Open Fire. Open Fire deals 3 damage to target creature or player on him.
That results. At least now you know.
Now I know.
That currently I don't want to spend it on that.
Exactly, yeah. Because it doesn't give non-artifact creatures indestructible, but it does give artifact creatures indestructible, which could be worth hanging on to.
We'll still pump him to a 4 toughness, though.
Yeah. It would definitely make him survive, but sometimes it's better to keep something on like that. So I'm going to move to combat because this is going to be a useless blocker against that. So I'm going to go for 2.
Drop from 18 down to 16.
Okay, so I'm at 5, 6. I'm at 6 mana. I'll pass the turn to you.
Bolas is right around the corner. Okay. Drop a plains. Okay, tapping 2. Yeah. For the Trusty Companion, 3/2 Vigilance. He can't attack alone.
Nope, but he can be crewed, or you can use him to crew, right?
I can, and I'm going to.
Yeah.
So I'm going to crew again. Attack for 5.
Attack for 5, down to 10. On a 2-turn clock.
And pass back to you.
Back to me. I'm going to play a mountain. I should untap my creature. I'm not going to swing in this time because if you actually have something else in hand that can crew that, then they can both swing in, and I want something that can trade with at least one of them. So I'm going to pass back to you.
Okay.
And reorder my mana here.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 for the Fleet Wheel Cruiser.
Ooh.
Trample Haste. When it enters the battlefield, it becomes a creature until the end of the turn.
This makes my life so much worse.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure you have at least some degree of removal. So technically we'll do this step by step here.
Okay.
Going to combat.
Going to combat.
Crewing up this guy.
Crewing up that guy. Okay, so they both have trample, or does this not have trample?
This has trample. When it attacks.
You know what? I have no other choice. I have to at this point. I have to block one of them to prevent at least 2 points of damage. Oh yeah, sorry. Going to combat.
Neither of them have vigilance.
Yeah. Okay, so I put that in front of that.
Okay.
So I'm still taking 8.
You're still taking 8.
8. Yes. So I'm down to 2. Now I know you have burn in that deck as well too.
Yeah.
Okay, and this goes to the graveyard.
I passed you.
Okay. Well, wow, that would have been awesome a second ago. I'm gonna play a swamp. Well, I have to do this because in the odd chance you don't have another creature in your hand. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nicol Bolas comes out. I'm going to destroy target creature and draw a card to -3 it to a 2. So obviously the only creature on the board. I'm going to draw a card, and yeah, this is probably going to be bad. I'm going to pass turn to you.
Untap. Draw. No.
It's over. It's over.
It's over. Flame Lash deals 4 damage to target creature or player. No, but ironically, you had 2, and I drew the. Oh, it didn't have haste. I thought it had haste. Sky Skip, which is a flyer. Because I'm like, if I could, even if I had nothing else, which I did have another creature.
Yeah, I drew Supernatural Stamina 1 turn too late. Until the end of turn, target creature gets +2/+0, and then whenever this creature dies, return to the battlefield tapped under its owner's controller.
Removal.
Yeah, I mean, granted, I still would have taken a lot of damage because it's +2/+0 and those had trample, but I could have at least removed one of them. But you had Flame Lash in hand. I was like, oh, good. Like I started drawing some lands, and I'm like, oh, this is good. I may actually be able to get Bolas out. But then it was like all land. There was no answers. So yeah. So sadly, that's that. But though that is honestly how I expected this particular game to go.
How I expected too, because at some point it's going to be hard for me to keep creatures on the battlefield to crew vehicles, no matter how good the vehicles are.
But
for
the idea, my opening hand was Magma Spray and Open Fire. Yeah. And it was mostly because it's like I'm going to constantly need to stop your creatures from being able to crew vehicles.
Yeah.
That Fleet Wheel one, the one that comes in as a creature.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so difficult to
deal with.
And
has trample and has haste.
Yeah. So it's
worthy of
tough.
its rare status.
Chandra's deck is a tough deck. It's a tough vehicle deck. I just realized normally we cut in between
and do our jibber jabbering.
So yeah, we're gonna cut now. Yeah. We're gonna get back to the second game in just a second once we're done this shuffling thing and cutting and seeing what our opening hands are. So we'll be right back.
Complaining about stuff.
We got so caught up in complaining we didn't want to leave. And we're back in the second game. Travis, you had to mulligan down to 6.
Yeah.
So you do get to scry. I get to go first because I lost. Now I'm going to show my opening hand. And I've already mentioned this to you, so I'm not saying anything that's giving you too much information. But there's an argument to have mulligan this hand, but I kept it, and I'm going to hopefully live with that fact and see how it does. So there we go.
Okay. So if you think this hand is bad, you should have seen my first one. I mean, you never know, every dog in a fight kind of thing. I'm going to scry right now. And I don't even know what I got to keep. I guess I got to keep.
Every dog in a fight? Wait a second.
No, every
dog has his day?
Every dog has a chance in a fight.
Any given Friday?
No, any given, chance, a dog in a fight or something. I'm going to keep that one on top, unfortunately, but that's also going to come back. And
2 dogs in a fight are worth 3 in
the bush. It's your...
Oh, I can look now? Okay,
yeah,
sorry.
There's something about that. Any dog has a chance in a fight, something like that.
Of
course, that's not a very nice saying.
I don't believe so, but yeah, because you don't want dogs fighting.
No.
Okay, so I'm going to play Cinder Barons, enters battlefield tapped. Your turn.
I'll draw a questionable keep. Play a Stone Quarry, entering tapped. Your turn.
Okay. Untap. Draw. I'm going to play a Swamp. I am then going to pay 2 and cast Wasp of the Bitter End. It's a 2/1 flyer, and whenever I cast a Bolas Planeswalker, I may sacrifice it. If I do, destroy target creature. I'm still 6 mana away from being able to cast Planeswalker, so I'm going to pass the turn to you.
2-power flyer, later on removal.
Yeah.
So
yeah, good. It's not bad. It's not bad. 2/1 flyer for 2.
Playing a planes. That's I may regret this, but
no regrets.
Yeah, I want funner stuff. I'm gonna tap 2 for Cathartic Reunion.
Okay.
Pitching Flame Lash, which is definitely gonna hurt. That card won the last game, and the card we kind of bitched about there. The 3/4 flyer. Now, that might also be a bad call because 4 toughness might actually matter a lot in this game.
Yeah.
But 5 mana is a lot, and I just...
You're a ways away from it yet, right?
Yeah.
So.
And I draw 3 cards off that.
Plus 2, from something you said that you probably should have mulliganed again, that's almost the perfect hand or perfect card to have in your hand because it's essentially like a pseudo mulligan.
I did way back when I was actually on the channel doing content. I did a video about red card draw, and I specified in that I don't want to have to discard a card. That is not card draw.
But you hate red card draw, yeah.
Yeah, especially if it's like, you can draw after you discard. It's different. Looting. Yeah, the difference between looting and rummaging.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't even like to loot, let alone loot and rummage. Well, that's actually a funny thing that I just drew off that. I don't know if it's better or not, but they're different cards.
Back to me? Okay, I know what I really want to draw here, folks.
The cards are different.
And I think you know what I want to draw. So let's see if we draw that mountain. There we go. So I'm going to play a mountain. I'm going to move to combat.
Yeah.
I'm going to swing in with Wasp at the bitter end.
No way to block that Wasp.
Okay, I'm going to tap for 3, and I'm going to bring out Amit Eternal.
Jeez.
It's a 5/5 zombie crocodile demon. It has a flick 3. Whenever this creature becomes blocked, defending player loses 3 life. When an opponent casts a spell, put a -1/-1 counter on Amit Eternal. When it deals combat damage to a player, remove all -1/-1 counters from it. Pass the turn to you.
Well, that's not good. That's not good at all.
That's not good at all.
Now this is happening. A planes. So I'm going to cast something, I guess, here.
Okay.
So I had that card. I should know what it does. Whenever an opponent casts one, whenever it deals combat damage to a player, remove all -1/-1 counters.
Yeah. So I'll use this green die for the -1/-1 counters.
So I'm tapping 3 to play the Renegade Firebrand.
Okay.
So last time he used 3/2.
So it's got one -1/-1 counter, so it's a 4/4 now.
Okay. Okay, and I passed you. He doesn't have haste or nothing.
Okay. So then untap. Draw. It's a 3/2?
It's a 3/2.
I'm going to move to combat.
Okay.
I'm going to swing in with both. So a 4/4 and a 2/1.
Okay. I'm not blocking.
Okay.
So it's going to be 6 damage. Drop
6 damage.
12.
I get to remove the -1/-1 counter. And then I'm going to tap 3, including a black, and bring out the Marauding Bone Slasher. Now it's a 3/3, and it can't block unless you control another zombie, and I do because the Eternal is a zombie. So I'm going to pass the turn now to you.
And tap. Draw. Play a mountain. Jeez. I don't know if I want to do this, but if we're going to get crazy, let's get crazy. It's like taking a turn off. I feel like I'm a blue player. I'm going to do Flame Lash. So I'm casting it, which will put a -1 counter on that.
Yep.
The spell will resolve, which is 4 damage and should pop.
Yep. That takes care of that.
Okay. Now, he can't block unless you control another zombie?
Yeah, so now I can't block because this is an insect horror, not a zombie.
Okay. I still think I'd rather trade with that, actually, at this point. So, that was me taking a turn off to do an instant, not to attack, because I don't want to.
You needed to get that off the board. You definitely need to get the Eternal off the board.
It hurt even not blocking that once.
Yeah, exactly.
But I want to also have a creature around it for you to remove later.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm not going to attack, because I think I'd rather... Because I do 3, but then you do 3 more. So it's, in this situation... But then at least I would attack you while your mana's down before you can burn him next turn anyway. So I will force you to have it. I'm going to pass to you.
Okay. Draw. Okay. I'm going to play an island. You know what? I'm going to move to attacks.
Okay.
I'm going to swing in with Wasp. That doesn't have reach, right?
Doesn't have.
I'm going to swing with Wasp at the bitter end.
Okay. So I dropped down to 10.
Yeah, burrs.
This is getting painful.
I'm going to set the Cinder Barons aside. I'm going to tap for a blue and 2 others and bring out Aerial Guide. So whenever it attacks, another target attacking creature gains flying at the end of turn. So I'm now going to pass the turn to you.
Play a mountain.
Okay. You're at 5 now.
You're at 5. Go into combat.
Go into combat. I will not block.
Okay.
So I'm taking 3, or there are shenanigans?
There are shenanigans, I guess.
Okay.
gonna tap 1 to build to last.
Okay, so I'm taking 5.
Why would you do that, Travis? We're about to find out why Travis just did that.
Okay, so I'm taking 5 then.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm curious too. Okay, so I'm taking 5.
So, then I'm gonna cast another instant.
Okay.
It's 2 red and 2 of anything for Fateful Showdown. Another card that I hate that I seem to be playing in this deck.
Okay.
So we would have had to discard, basically. Fateful Showdown deals damage to target creature or player equals the number of cards in your hand. Discard all the cards in your hand, then draw that many cards.
Okay.
Okay. So I have 2 cards in my hand,
Okay.
which I'm going to have to discard and then draw 2.
Oh, you wanted to get used to built to last. You rather get used to it as opposed to discard.
Well,
So
I
you're
could have had enough
Yeah.
No.
You're dealing damage to the aerial guide, or you're dealing damage to me?
aerial guide.
Aerial guide. Okay.
So pitching those 2 cards. If I'd kept that in hand, I could have killed that off. But I could also sneak 2 damage with that. You know, I was obviously hoping you'd block, and then I could have built to last and then killed that thing too, and killed 2 of your creatures. But that didn't happen.
No.
So I'm drawing 2 cards.
You can do a lot of damage out of nowhere with haste and stuff. So I mean, it makes sense to get the damage in when you can.
Okay. Pass 2.
Pass to me. Okay.
Yeah, there's not a lot going on over here, and you know, now I'm taking at least 5 a turn, kind of thing.
Okay. Interesting decision. I'm gonna move to combat.
Okay.
I'm gonna swing in for 5.
Nothing to do here. Drop to 5.
I'm going to pay 2, including a red, and bring out the Burning Fist Minotaur. It's first strike. It's a 2/1. I can pay 2 a red, discard a card. Burning Fist Minotaur gets +2/+0 until the end of turn. I'm then going to tap a black and a blue and bring out another Wasp of the Bitter End.
Those wasps.
And now I'm going to pass the turn to you.
Untap.
So first strike is super important, especially when dealing with even trampler creatures. So.
Okay. Tapping 3 for the I can tap him too for the Spireside Infiltrator. He's a 3/2, and when he becomes tapped, it deals 1 damage to each opponent.
Okay.
So I will also tap 2 for the Sky Skiff.
Ah, yes.
So not quite what I would call stable because you have a bigger board with lots of flyers, but stuff on the board.
Mm-hmm.
And I pass back to you.
Okay. So untap everything. So that can be crewed into a 2/3.
Yeah.
I'm going to move to combat. You're tapped out, right?
I'm tapped out.
I'm going to swing in with everything.
Yeah, this might actually be game. No, I might have 1 point if I'm lucky, I think here. So I'm obviously going to do this to crew that.
Yeah.
To ping you for 1.
Ping me for 1, that's right too. So I'm down to 14.
And then I can block there. And I, in theory, am only going to take 4.
Yes.
Unless you have anything to pump at 1.
Well, I'll pay 2 and pump this up, so that'll be a 4/1.
Okay.
Yeah. So
okay.
taking 6 in total. It wouldn't have mattered which one you block, because if you blocked this one instead, you still would have even taken 5 there.
-1.
Okay. As well too, I also had open fire in hand.
Yeah.
So and then the other cards were the Zealot of the Feral Gods. So
that was a very weird series of cards in this deck. Beyond the mulligan, pitched cards, drew more, pitched more, drew more. Just never got in the zone with this deck this time.
The biggest risk I took with this is I started with a 2-land hand, but I did have these 2 in hand at the beginning, so I knew I would have at least 2 creatures on board.
Yeah.
And then everything else was basically 3-costed. So luckily I drew the 3rd land and I was able to get that out quick enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, I went with a different.
I had to focus my effort on that.
I was more concerned in the first game with keeping a hand that would have removal.
Yeah.
And in this one, I wanted to try to see if I could keep smaller creatures instead, and it seemed to work out. So, so that is we're tied up in the
championship.
Yeah, the championship match, and we're gonna go to 3 with this one and see who will reign supreme, Chandra or Nicol Bolas. Okay, and we're back in the 3rd and deciding game of this championship match. Now, I had a mulligan. You have 7. You kept 7.
I kept a questionable 7.
Okay, so I lost the last game. No,
I lost.
You lost the last one. So you get to show first.
Okay. Now you can see why this is so questionable. But it is what it is. I still have stuff to do with those cards. Yeah.
Okay. So my turn?
Information is power.
Alrighty. So here is my opening hand. It's not the best. It's certainly not the worst. So we'll see. We'll see how this works out for me. You get to go first, though.
I do, but don't get to draw. So I will play a Plains.
Okay.
Pass to you.
Pass to me.
Tap for built the smith. No, that one. Anyhow.
Okay. I'm gonna play a Crypt of the Eternals. It enters the battlefield tapped, and I gain 1 life. I can tap it for colorless, or I can pay 1, tap it for blue, black, or red mana. So I'm gonna have it enter battlefield tapped. I'm gonna go up to 21, and I'll pass the turn to you.
Okay, draw a card. Play another Plains. Tapping for 2 for the Sky Skiff. It is a flying crew 1/2/3 vehicle creature thingy.
Okay.
Pass back to you.
Pass back to me. Draw. Okay, I'm gonna play a Cinder Barons. It enters the battlefield tapped. Travis,
You.
back to you, sir.
Well, poop. Tap 2 for the Trusty Companion.
Oh, okay.
So I will crew up my Skyscript. I will overcrew
There we go.
significantly and swing in for 2.
Okay, so I'm down to 19.
I miss a land drop on turn 2.
Damn, man.
Yeah. And I passed you.
Okay. Untap. Drawer. All right, let's do this. I'm going to play another Crypt of the Eternals. We saw it before, so it enters tapped, and I'm going to go back up to 20. I'm going to pay a black and a colorless to bring out the Kenra Eternal. It's a 2/2. It's got Afflict 1, so whenever this creature becomes blocked, defending player loses 1 life. And I'll pass the turn to you.
Well, there's that. So I will not drop land.
Oh, no.
I will tap 2 for
Still doing okay for someone who's only got 2 land, right? So
another Trusty Companion. So we will once again go to combat.
sure.
So I'm going to crew up the Sky Skiff, and I'm going to attack with both, because he can attack now.
Yeah. I will block that. So now this is whenever this becomes blocked, not whenever it blocks.
Yeah.
So I am taking 2. So I'm down to 18, but we trade with our creatures.
We do.
You do still have a creature on the board, though, which is annoying.
I do. And I pass back to you.
Okay.
Now that might have been silly, because why throw a creature away when I need creatures in this deck? It's because there are greater concerns.
I'm going to play a Cinder Barons. It's going to enter the battlefield tapped. I'm going to tap for black and 2 of whatever and cast the Amit Eternal. So it's the 5/5 we saw before with Afflict 3.
Yeah.
And then it's got the other things with the -1/-1 counters.
That was such a good card.
It is. It's a great, great card.
Because Afflict 3 is even insane.
Yeah, just paying 3 life just to block it, just for the pleasure of blocking it, is absolutely insane. So I'm going to pass the turn now to you.
Okay. I'm tapping. Jeebus. 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, I've got 6 cards in hand, though. So I got that going for me. Sorry, untap these dudes.
Yeah. You also got a flyer, and I have nothing to block flyers right now.
No, I'm looking at 5 next turn, unless I block. I'm looking at 3 if I do. And 2 damage I won't be able to do. Ugh, tough choices. Because I can't even cast a spell to bring its power down at all. Well, am I going to block it? I'm going to block it. I'm going to lose my Sky Skiff, likely, because I'll crew and then block. And then I'll still take 3 and that won't die. So I'm going to gamble, crew, and attack. I mean,
yeah, mine as well. It makes sense the way you walk through it. So, okay, so I'm at 16.
Yes, sir.
Pass you? Okay.
Yeah.
Draw. Okay. I'm going to move to combat.
Okay.
I'm going to swing in with the Amit Eternal for 5.
That's a clean 5, sir. Down to 15.
I will... Oops. I'm going to pay 4. And I'm going to cast Vestige of Bonus.
Bonus?
Bonus. Of Bolas, which we saw before. And I will decline to search. So I will pass the turn now to you.
Come on. Statistically. Jesus. I love how I'm just drawing red spells too at this point. Yeah, 6 + 1 is still 7. Now I'm at a point where I really have to block no matter what, but then I still take 3. It's like it almost evens out exactly. It's 2 and then 3.
Yeah.
But the only difference is it's 5 versus 3 for me, and it's no longer a race.
And the thing is, well, see, you technically have 2 blockers, because the first time you block, you can crew that if you want to and block with that, so you have your creature up for the next turn. So
Still 6 damage.
yeah, it's, I mean, it's still, yeah.
Yeah, still not good.
Yeah, it buys you time, though. So.
I'm doing nothing each turn. Like, okay. And that's the thing, too. It's not just a matter of life total. It's each turn goes by, there's less happening. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm lucky that you could take a turn off to, you know.
Yeah, to get the extra mana rock out there. And it also shows as well, too, that it's like I probably need the mana, so.
So, geez. Yeah, I'll take 6 instead of 10.
Okay.
Over the next 2 turns, at the very least, without killing this creature, taking 6 damage. Unless, of course, I had some sort of indestructible casting spell.
Oh, that's right. There's still that, right? There is still that. I am going to move to combat, though, because I can't not force this advantage. Yeah. And I'm going to swing in with the 5/5.
And I'm going to crew and block. So instantly, take 3, drop to 12.
Yeah.
12, and then regular combat damage happens.
Yeah. So no Built to Last, because that would have wrecked that.
No, that's a white spell.
I'm going to play an island. I'm going to tap for 4, and I'm going to bring out another Visage of Bolas.
Jeez. So if I get rid of Bolas, he's gone.
I'm going to tap for black and 1 of whatever, and bring out Wasp of the Bitter End.
And my flyer's gone.
Now I'll pass the turn to you.
That's hilarious. It's a 3rd land.
I got a land.
Yeah, it's
not red in color though.
No, but so I'm casting this.
Okay.
Which will put a -1 counter on.
So now this is a 4/4.
Okay. Now I'm passing to you.
Passing to me. Okay. Untap this as well too. I'm gonna draw. I'm going to play Cinder Barons, which enters the battlefield tapped. You know what? I'm just going to swing in, or move to combat, I should say.
Move to combat.
I'm just going to swing in with the Wasp of the Bitter End.
No way to block it.
So that's for 2.
Drop to 10.
I'm going to tap both my crypts for colorless and bring out Throne of the God Pharaoh. At the beginning of your end step, each opponent loses 2 life. Loses life equal to the number of tapped creatures you control. Yeah. So I control 1, so you'll lose an additional life.
I've lost to that one too. So I'll drop to 9. Because there is no artifact destruction in this deck.
I've got 1 card in hand, which no one has any idea what it possibly could be, and I'm going to pass the turn to you.
Come on, man. I mean, you know, it does stuff. Tapping for 4
okay.
for the Fleetwheel Cruiser.
Okay. Now that puts this 2 -1/-1 counters on it. So now this is a 3/3.
Yeah. But even look at this. Okay. Next turn, he is a 3/3. He attacks.
Yeah.
I have to block to kill it. Hopefully, no, so nothing else happens. I'll take 3 off that, and then another 1 from that, which is 4, 5, 6 from the actual damage of my 9.
Mm-hmm.
But what is my other alternative? I can't double attack, so I need to be able to crew. So I think I just take my... Because when it enters the battlefield, it does become a creature. So I think I take my chance.
Okay.
Because I can't crew 2 things. I mean, obviously, if you try to kill it, I think I can at least crew it for the turn. Yeah. So I will swing away Meryl. It's sticking to the table for 5 trample haste.
Okay. So I am taking 5.
Yeah.
I'm down to 11.
That'd be me tapping out. Pass back to you.
Okay. So now it's my turn. I draw. I'm going to pay 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I remember Nicol
7,
Bolas.
8. Oops. So Nicol Bolas comes out.
Can you do direct damage?
And when he enters battlefield, I'm going to sacrifice the Wasp to destroy target creature.
Okay, so
that's on the stack.
I'm going to crew up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he is a creature.
Yeah.
So he's a completely legal target for...
I'm going to minus... now I'm going to -3 Nicol Bolas to destroy target creature and draw a card. So now that is a creature, so I'm going to destroy that. I'm going to draw a card. I will then...
Did you get your for Nicol Bolas cast?
I get my what?
Your minus counter for your Nicol Bolas cast?
It's whenever an opponent casts a spell.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was a creature. Okay, cool.
I'm going to move to combat.
Okay.
And I'm going to swing in for 3.
That's a clean 3, which will drop me to 6.
And I'll remove all the -1/-1 counters, so that goes back up to a 5/5.
Okay. I'm going to hold on to this.
Okay, I'm going to play a mountain. I'm going to move to my end step.
Okay.
And then you'll lose an additional life. However, Bolas... Oh, he's not down to 3. He's down to 2. Bolas is down to 2.
Now, does he have a way to do direct damage? Like
No, but he has... Each opponent loses 3 life unless that player sacrifices a non-land permanent or discards a card. So you have cards to discard, so you don't have to necessarily worry about that.
Yeah. Oh, I got cards to discard. Okay.
Okay.
Can I get some... Even if I had some card here, that's... You passed?
Yes, I passed to you, sorry.
That would do something double strike. It would still be 1 shy. And I still need to be able to crew that thing. Oh, come on. So tapping for white. For the Snare Thopter.
Ah, yes.
Flying in haste. But it is a legit creature, not a vehicle.
Yes. Yeah.
So I can, in theory now, block and only take 3. In theory.
Yep. Oh, yeah,
So,
this is well, too. That is a spell, so this goes down to 4.
Pass 2.
Okay.
Treading water with no real hope.
Untap that. Okay. I'm going to +3 Nicol Bolas. So he's going to go up to 5. And then each opponent loses 3 life unless that player sacrifices a non-land permanent or discards a card.
I will sacrifice Cathartic Reunion.
Makes sense. Makes
spell.
sense. I will then move to combat.
Okay.
And I'm going to swing in with the Eternal.
Okay, so I'm going to crew up the Fleetwood Cruiser.
Mm-hmm.
Attempt to move forward to block. So the second the block happens, I take an afflict of 3.
Yes, yeah.
Drop down to 2.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you got ways to do 2 damage. Like, you know, some of that burn you got.
And then these are going to trade, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to... I'm going to pay 2 red, and then 1, 2, 3, and bring out the Manticore Eternal. It also has Afflict 3. It's a 5/4, and it attacks each combat if able. Then I'm going to go Hellbent. I'm going to tap for 4 more, including 1 red, and bring up the Zealot of the God Pharaoh. It's a 4/3 Minotaur Archer. I can pay for 1 red, and it deals 2 damage to target opponent.
Yeah.
Now, none of my creatures are tapped, so nothing happens with the throne. But I think I'm in a pretty good position. I'm going to pass the turn to you.
Yeah, I don't think there's a single... There's life-linking creatures, but... Oh, come on. That's not even funny.
Oh, no.
So, yeah, I mean...
Oh, you got color screwed.
Playing for the Bomat Bazaar Barge, which will let me draw a card.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. Oh, I already played my mountain. Never mind, I think, anyway. Yeah, and that's... I passed you.
Okay, and then I'll just simply... I'll ping you with Zealot out of curiosity.
Red, white.
I knew it had to be, right? Like, I knew it had to be. You were...
I had 2 planes, but I had enough artifacts and this guy to get me through to, I think, round 3. So I didn't need... Until I drew about 3 or 4 cards, I didn't need a red source.
Yeah.
But after that...
But you'd figure you would, right? Because, I mean, that's... We have a turn counter on screen when I do the editing, but I don't know exactly what turn it is.
And even based on would let me cast him, which let me scry 2, which is like pretty much sets up the rest of your few turns.
Based on land, we're looking at turn at least 2, 4, 6, 7 or something. So all that time you couldn't draw a single mountain. Now we're going to see. Oh, Sky Skiff.
Stone Quarry entering tap.
Entering tap, so it still would have taken an extra turn, and then the mountains.
No. See, and the thing is, I had Blazing Scourge in one of the hands I mulliganed the other time, and I was like...
But if you don't have the mountain...
You have the mountain,
yeah. Yeah, exactly. So, wow, that was... I'm not... Like, I'm always worried about saying something because I don't want to sound like it's rubbing... I forgot how good Bolas's deck was.
Yeah, no, it is
I remembered
solid.
it being a lot slower. But then again, as well, too, we were... When in the first season, we were only doing 1-ups. We weren't doing best 2 out of 3s.
Yeah.
So I think based on the play of that, and then even then there was 3 of us. Steve was playing with the Mana Cave then as well too. So it wasn't even necessarily I got to play Nicol Bolas. I think I played it in the finals, but I don't know if I played it before that. So someone else might have.
I think that might have been me because I like Nicol Bolas.
So I was pleasantly surprised with Nicol Bolas, and he's now currently the reigning champ, which is kind of. It's a flavorful win right now as well too, because in the universe he is on top, right?
Yeah.
So Nicol Bolas is now still the one to beat. We have started season 3 of the Planeswalker Deck Showdown, and we did that with the Dormy and Dovin deck from Ravnica Allegiance. So that was the previous episode. So if you haven't checked that out, I won't spoil it for you. Go ahead and check it out. There'll be a link somewhere either on the screen now or at the end during the end credits of the video, sort of thing. So, Travis, anything else you can think of?
No. I've always said that's a solid deck, and it's got not just removal, but like that, flexible removal, because you can hit players with some of the removal spells, and even then that Wasp. I mean, look, it totally came in handy when you played Nicol Bolas. You're able to kill a creature and then kill another one with Nicol Bolas.
Yeah, I when the Wasp was still on there and I saw Nicol Bolas was coming in the next turn, Nicol Bolas' ability to destroy a creature, the Wasp ability to sacrifice the creature to destroy something, that was a lot of destruction. And your only defense at that point was to make one of your vehicles a creatures or a creature.
And afflict.
Yeah, and the afflict is probably one of the mechanics I missed the most from before, because it put your opponent in such bad positions. Yeah. Obviously you don't want to take 5, but do you really want to take 3 just from blocking it as well too? And especially if you're going to lose a creature in doing that blocking, it makes you have to make really horrible decisions.
Well, I think it was might have been this game when I attacked earlier the 2/2 zombie jackal with afflict 1. I'm like, I'm going to lose one of my guys, and they're good for crewing because they have vigilance, but or I'm going to keep taking 2 or one kind of thing like that. Yeah, it's a difficult choice to be in constantly, especially with that alligator. Constantly had to make the choice of, do I swing for 2 to take the 5, which is a net of 3, and complicated math that nobody wants to be doing on the stage.
It's interesting going back to playing older cards and older mechanics. Not older.
Older, yeah.
Speaking of which, when we're talking about playing older ones, which one would you'd be playing? Probably the Mercenaries deck, right? I think I'll be playing the one with blue.
That's this one is black.
This one's black, and this one is blue. Where's the color thing? Oh, there it is on the symbols. Yeah. So this is black. This is blue-green. So in a future episode, we actually are going to be playing older decks, and we're going to be playing these Nemesis decks. I'm not sure exactly when that is going to come out, but we haven't even cracked these open because
Is there a date?
I haven't even looked at the deck list yet because I want to be sort of surprised from when I finally open them. Maybe I'll open them up on camera and show you guys the decks as well too, just so you have an idea what these decks are. But yeah, these are from back in Nemesis. I think these came out in 2000.
Yeah.
So that is going to be interesting because these are probably going to have mechanics that we've never played with before.
Yeah.
And it's kind of interesting to revisit old mechanics like that. Oh God, please don't have banding in here. I don't understand banding at all.
Horsemanship.
Well, horsemanship is understandable. It's just it's a weird mechanic. So yeah, that's going to be an interesting episode of the Mana Cave coming up eventually. So that may be the next one. I'm not sure. We still have the Guild Gates coming out, which I'm excited for. More Guild Gates. So we're going to continue with the Guild Gate showdowns. So that's sort of the next few weeks' schedule for the Mana Cave. I just don't know the order in which these are all going to come out. Before we go, I mentioned this pretty much with every video. We do have a Token of the Month Club through Brain Pulp TV. Exclusive tokens created for Brain Pulp. We've done goblins, soldiers, zombies, thopters, sapperlings, angels, elf warriors. We're in
Merfolk.
Merfolk. We're in about, I think, the 9th or 10th month. So there's a back catalog of tokens as well too. And if you're interested in some of those, contact me. I'm sure I can figure out some way to get you some of the older tokens as well. I'm going to be setting up a store where you can get some of the older tokens, just buy them outright, but I haven't set that up yet. That's one of the highest priorities I have right now for 2019. But you can sign up for this through Patreon. It's just easier to do it through Patreon because they collect the addresses and stuff and give me the information. I send it out. Send these tokens out, 1 to 5 of them, you choose, and each and every month you'll get them in the mail. So it's just an extra thing. If you like the tokens, it's an extra way, not an obligatory way, but an extra way to support the channel. And you actually get something physical from it that's unique to the channel every single month. So just something to throw out there for you. Travis?
No.
Anything else?
No.
No? Well, then we will see you guys in the next episode, and thank you very much for watching.
Take care.